Well, it's finally time, possibly, for the main event. I've got this big box down here, and it's got this in it, and I have this other box. And I'm hoping that what's in this box has something to do with what's in this box. So let's move this off to the side and open this guy up. So this is yet another gracious donation by one Robert Wisdala of the YouTube channel of the same name. Aha! I got something like that. And it's black in color. So you got some more paperwork in here. And this kind of comes out in a giant blob. Well, some of it's black in color. That is, put this off to the side here. This part is black. There we go. Nice. And this should be the shakeout bag. These always are kind of like stuck. There we go. This is the shakeout bag. Nice. It's the cleanest you're ever going to see that. Because all the other subsequent times you use them, don't they get dirtier, right? Okay, this is wonderful to actually be able to do some testing on a Sanitaire long term, because back in spring of 2019, I did a whole bunch of Sanitaires for my church, but I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of testing on them. It was just kind of a refurb and a couple of quickie things, and then I had to get them back to the church. So let's see, we have in here, usually when I do this, stuff goes flying. There we go. So we've got a belt, we got a cord hook, and another cord hook, and here we go. We got some fasteners for the handle. We got handle, another part there, wand, and isn't this nice? Look at this. Make some room here. Look at that. That's probably the best condition Sanitaire I have ever seen. Isn't that really gorgeous? So just feast your eyes on that. No scratches. Not yet. We've got 6-position carpet adjuster. Wonderful. There's your foot switch. This is one thick cord. I mean, this cord, just by looking at the thickness, would seem like it would be set up for like 5,000 watts. But of course, this machine doesn't use that much power. It is only rated at 5 amps, which would be 600 watts. So for people who are unfamiliar with these, and I think most people are, this is a traditional direct air machine. Let's take this off. This is the cleanest I've ever seen anything like this. Normally when I work on this stuff, it is much dirtier. Hello. Oh, it must have a heck of a seal. And it does. Oh my, look at that seal. That's one thick seal. So here we go with this brush roll. Now, I've seen brush rolls like this, but I've never seen an exact one like this. So it has plastic beater bar replaceable inserts. So plastic, not metal, followed up with just medium stiff, medium length bristles. So I guess that's what it comes with. Very interesting. It's got a clear plastic fan in there, and the manufacture date is partially covered up. It's something 13 of 20. Maybe that's November 13th of 20, I'm going to guess. And it's model SC679K. Let's see if I can't get that a little closer. Camera. Take me a second here. Rearrange some stuff. And got to change the focus. Yeah, look at how clean this is. Isn't that something? Let's see if I can get that to focus in there. I'm getting a lot of glare, aren't I? Okay, that's probably about as good as I can get. So that is just so unbelievably clean, all things considered. I mean, you just don't. I'm just not used to seeing things that are this clean. You know, these machines go for commercial use, heavy duty commercial, and they get beat up pretty quickly. So when I'm working with this Sanitaires, sometimes I get the cord hooks confused, but there's one difference between this cord hook, which is the top, and this one's the bottom. This one has this little doodad right here that can hold the bag spring. And the bottom one doesn't have that. So that's one of the easiest ways to tell the difference, because they look very, very similar. Okay, so let's see. Let's put this thing in here. Let's see, is this going to face the right way? Because I want the cord hook to be, yeah, okay, that's good. And let's put in this bolt. I guess these don't really matter a whole lot. You put them in one way or the other way, because they end up doing the same thing. Oops. There you go, just it tightens up. That's all fine. Okay, now you need to put the cord in here, and it'll move around a little bit, although this is all pretty fresh. That's pretty tight. And this snaps in with the cord in it. And if you forget to put the cord in it, like I have on occasion, then you have to go and snap it back off again, which sometimes is kind of a pain. All right, so that's that. It's on both sides. And adjust for appropriate amount of slack. You don't want this to be too tight. So give it some slack. It moves around a little bit. And now let's put the upper handle on, and we've got this nifty little spring here we have to remember about. So let's see, put this in, and I hope this doesn't go out of frame, so I will probably tilt the camera up. If it is, in a minute, after I get this bolt in. All right, let me make sure that you can see the top of the handle. Not quite. Let's bump you up a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, so we got some of this other massively thick cord. I mean, this cord is really thick. And for such a low wattage motor, you don't need a cord this thick. Nice to have it, but somewhat unnecessary. Okay, so this I want facing up over here. And yeah, I think that's the way, yeah, that's the way the picture's doing it. And this, you're going to have to find a little slot right in here with a spring. It slides right in. And that spring will give you some strain relief on the cord. I just want to make sure that's where it's supposed to go. Yeah, that's in there. Okay, so slide that around a little bit. All right, that seems about right. Now we got to snap that in. There we go. Fantastic. And obviously, you know, adjust the slack as you need to do that there. So that might be a little bit too much slack. It's kind of hanging out. Have to tighten that up a little bit, but you want to have some to be sure. So let's see. I'll keep pulling a little bit, and let's see, how's it now? Well, it's not dragging on the floor. Probably a little too. It's probably still too much. I'll tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so adjust it however you need it. And now we have a bag. So this bag, you know what? Let me adjust you further down. And now you can see you got this little clippy thing right here. And that's gonna both hang on and clip to this. So this is gonna go there, and then this is gonna go here. So I will take it. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna hook it on the bottom, and then rotate it up, and then there, it clicks right in like that. Now let's see how the spring gets connected. And then you take the spring, stretches up nicely, and hooks right down in there. Now it's time for its very first run. Okay, so put that down. I just put it on position 3. I just want to turn it on. It's a clean carpet. Nothing much is going to get in there, but let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, sounds like a Sanitaire. What can I say? It doesn't seem to fill the bag as much as other Sanitaires do, but this is the shakeout bag, of course, so it's really thick. Yeah. So I tell you one thing, what I remember from using my other machines that had more powerful motors, it's dust. I really couldn't push it on this carpet unless I had raised this thing up to, I mean, stupid level. So this seems to push much easier. Let me try this on position 2 and see what that's like now. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, position 2 probably gets an awful lot out of the carpet, but it's a little too hard to push. It's not bad, but it's probably a little too low. Position 3 so far seems to be great, at least running the shakeout bag. Now, I've got this other box over there. We need to see what's in that one. The mystery unlabeled box. Oh, and we have a bunch of accessories. So this, I don't think this is for the Sanitaire, unless it's some kind of wild conversion kit. So wouldn't that be interesting? Convert your Sanitaire to actually use, like a floor nozzle, bare floor nozzle or something like that. I think this is for the little canister that's there, and this is very different. So isn't that nice? So we have another canister accessory. That's really cool. Okay, it's much heavier. It appears to be much bigger, a lot more metal, right? That's unexpected somewhat. And here we have this dude. Oh geez, this is huge. You never know what's in here. This is a floor tool and a half. Man, look at this thing. That is really long. I gotta see how big that is. Jeez. Talk about being able to cover some square footage. That dude is 14 inches wide. Well, that certainly qualifies as a full-size tool. I mean, here, look at the difference between the two. Here, if I line them up. That is really something. Yeah, see that? Here, if I just line up one side. Got a few more inches over there. This can really cover some ground with that Sanitaire Extend, otherwise, I guess, or previously known as the Mighty Mite. And these bristles are, these are stiff. Got little wheels right here. Of course, it's not going to work on carpet. It's not for carpet. But this is, you're going to cover some ground with this. So, thanks so much, Robert. Nothing like getting the job done. And we have more goodies here. So these are the extension tubes that I was expecting the little Mighty Mite Extend to actually come with, 2 plastic tubes. And instead it came with the one that was metal, and it had indents in it. It would click and stop. So this is interesting that this somehow comes separately. I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah, put one in here. Yeah, so that's good. Put one in here. Got to put them somewhere. Wonderful. Okay, there's more. The gifts just keep on coming. All right, so we have now a red bag. Let's see, how is this, is that just sealed? Okay, so that one's just sealed in there. So here we have, what, this is big. There we go. So it says, use genuine Eureka style F and G bags. So this is the outer bag because there's an inner bag in there with a fill tube. There we go, F and G bag. Okay, so this is the bag conversion kit to convert one bag to two bags, this being an inner bag and that being an outer bag. Anybody remember when I did the fill tube mod on the paper bag back in 2019? Got a lot of extra CFM. I'll have to do the same thing with this. So that's wonderful. That's a lovely red. I'll put that on the 679 here in a minute because there's more. There's still more. Ooh, now this says VG11. So it's the VG11 Ahaha brush roll. All right, you Sanitaire fans know what I'm talking about. And this is the brush roll that so many people are familiar with. You see this a lot. It's got the metal, I'm not going to call them beater bars, beater nubs. They're beater nubs with replaceable brush strips. Obviously they're blue, and this is really very typical. Okay, so wow, so much going on here. So let me gather everything together. Oh, nice. That fills differently. Nice. Okay. Now, no matter what bag I'm using, this machine now pushes very reasonably well, and I have it set on position 3, so that's a nice improvement. Now let's upgrade this brush roll. Very tight fit. I have never worked with this brush roll before, first time I've ever seen it. So this one I'm familiar with. Yeah, that looks a little better. Nice shiny metal goodness. Ah, fantastic.